so that was great. That was my introduction to Stone Stanley, and they really appreciated my work. And I mean, as much as Merrill Heater and other people, except for Eric Lever, liked the way I worked, I knew I would go back to Stone Stanley. But oddly enough, it was odd to me, one of the execs at Telepictures, and again, I've done many shows for Telepictures, this gentleman's wife came up with an idea, and they called it X-Change, okay? EX/change or dash change. And yet another dating show, not unlike Perfect Score, where again, Perfect Score, guys setting up their best friend, a wife would come in with her ex-husband and try and set her ex-husband up with a date. And okay, it pays to be married to, I think that was a show too, It Pays to Be Married. Anyway, so I set that up as a presentation and for Jim Paratori at Telepictures, and I hosted the presentation. We did that in about 3 weeks, built the set, and it turned out to be very funny. I don't remember the individual rounds that I came up with, but again, that was a basic premise that, she was still on good terms with her ex, and I believe there were 2 couples. It was the usual, you'd have a wife, and she's setting up her ex-husband, and then you got a husband, and he's setting up his ex-wife. But the interchange between everybody, because the ex-husband or the ex-wife, although they cared about their exes, they also knew what they
did and didn't like,
and just little idiosyncrasies that the person that they were with didn't want to come out, but sure enough, because I had briefed them backstage, they would come out. When he goes to sleep, he whatever, and it's like, oh my God, so we would reveal stuff within the framework of the questions. It went really well. And I'll never forget, after it was all over, Jim Paratori, may rest in peace, died way too young, came over to me after I hosted, and he said, I hate hearing this. He said, oh my gosh, it was so much better than I expected. I said, what the hell did you expect? And maybe because it was coming not from a game show creator, it was coming from the wife of one of the execs, but anyway, they loved it, but they didn't buy it. And I wasn't trying to sell myself as a host, but the whole divorce element was tinged with a, we'll say tinged with cringe. It was a
little semi-taboo at the time.
Well, not so much taboo as, is everybody in America open to divorce people setting up their divorce? Is divorce acceptable as a game show element? And especially after Three's a Crowd, which we're going back at least 12 years. Again, just having a husband and the secretary, that caused enough problems. So again, they didn't go with it, even though they really did like it. And I was very proud of it. When you're hosting these things, as I mentioned earlier, and that's the great thing about letting a producer host is, how it's going as it goes along. And again, you're looking for errors, and you're also, glancing at your watch, and you're making sure you're under 20 minutes. But this one, it was going so well. I'm just waiting, for the other shoe to fall, and it never did. Anyway, it's one of the better presentations I did, but unfortunately, it didn't sell. So that was Exchange.